Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right. So I don't know what it is about today, but it feels very romantic to me today. So let's do a touch base on love. We have reflection as you gaze into one's past, see the way to the future. But this is a crystal ball or something to be used for scrying. So we could definitely be having somebody that is, considering where they want to be. Now, they could be reminiscing on someone from their past. This could be somebody falling more in love with somebody that they already have been in love with. Hi, Violet. Hi, sweetheart. You're first in the house. Violet wins. It just feels really sweet. It feels really, I don't know, like somebody, if they are doing a reflection, we need to dig in and see in what capacity are they reflecting. Two of Wands and Justice, both in the reverse here. So two of Fire and Justice. Um, Gosh, either this is somebody who is reflecting on the past and something that, they're like, wow, I sure made the right decision. Or they're reflecting and saying, I need to now make the right decision. I can so clearly see what the right decision is. This could be a Libra. Let's change decks again. Let's give them another chance to explain this. Why do we have the Justice there, particularly in the reverse? Because that's something that needs to be set right. Hi, everyone. So good to see you all. We have an Eight of Cups. And again, we kind of have like a crystal ball here. Eight of Cups is walking away. So are they saying that I need to set something right? I walked away and I need to set it right. Or are they saying I walked away and that was right? We have a Six of Wands. I mean, this is success. It actually kind of feels like maybe we have somebody saying, I'm glad that I walked away. I realized I made the right decision. Yeah, Ace of Cups is in the reverse. I wasn't really in love. Or that person didn't love me. And so I'm very pleased that I actually did walk away from something. Walk away from something. Come here, baby. My Aries is it's kind of not like ha ha funny exactly, but we have uh like hardwood floors now, and he cannot run on them. And so he'll like take a corner, and I have a lot of rugs, but I'm still laying them out and placing them. And, it's like, as he tries to round a corner. We're like, yeah, no, we definitely need to get him more rugs. Well, I guess it's not really hardwood floors. It's like, it looks like it, but I'm sure it's like a laminate. But it's different for his little toesies. So with this Two of Wands in the reverse, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Again, we have confirmation. Somebody says, I'm so relieved. I didn't leave the love of my life behind. I left something behind that was not going to be my Ten of Cups. I'm completely content in my decisions. I did make the right decision. So why are you reflecting on it at all, considering, this is all about your future? Temperance. It's just somebody kind of reviewing and reflecting and saying, I'm glad that things didn't work out. I'm glad that I walked away, or maybe that they walked away from me. I'm glad if they didn't love me that they walked away. That was the best thing that could have happened. Nothing has like not gone the right way, and I'm at peace with this. Okay. Do you think somebody walked away from you, or did you walk away from somebody? Wheel of Fortune says, in my life, I'm whoever the lead character is we're speaking for, right? So our lead character's voice in this is like the narrator right now saying, I know that things have gone the way they were supposed to for my life. They're not directly answering, did they walk away from somebody or did somebody walk away from them? But they're saying things have come full circle the way they were supposed to. I'm at peace with what happened, which kind of makes me think possibly maybe they were dealing with a Libra and the Libra left them. And they're like, you know what? It was the best thing that could have ever happened. It wasn't unfair. They did me a favor. I'm glad that they walked away, because honestly, my world is so good right now. I'm so at peace, and I understand now, what's meant to be will be, and the things that are not meant to stay or not meant to last will exit. So I can accept that and be pleased. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I really think that this lead character, who, by the way, could be a Sagittarius, possibly, Also, they could be a Scorpio, could be an Aquarius, could be a Leo, could be a Taurus in addition. Um, but they're kind of like reflecting right now. So this is a character reflecting and saying, I thought it was big obstacles at one point in time, when really, I almost think that this is a character who's had somebody leave them, abandon them, walk away from them some time ago. But they're like, that, of course, is what needed to happen. And I can see it now so clearly. It was the best thing that could have happened. But wow, one of my obstacles was like, I hope next time I endure anything in my life, I hope I remember that it's all in divine timing. Things go the way they're supposed to. What's not supposed to be yours exits, and don't try to hang on to something that isn't supposed to be yours. I got to remember that because it's a hard lesson to learn. Do you fight for something or do you let something go? If is it feeling like a loss and feeling devastating, but you still got to suck it up and endure it and carry on? Yeah, oftentimes. And that sucks. But on the other hand, remember the lesson is it'll come full circle and it'll make sense later. Six of Cups, I'm telling you, there is some other soulmate that is entering this character's life. And it's like, thank God I wasn't already off the market with that previous person, the one who left me, because I wouldn't be able to be available for this soulmate that's coming in now. It's really amazing to be able to see that for what it is. And I would agree. I mean, I think that that's a really relevant message. Oh gosh, there's the countless songs about that, but there's a great country song. If there hadn't been her, I wouldn't have you. And then Garth Brooks sings, sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers, because once upon a time he was in love with somebody, just completely obsessed with her, and she didn't want him. And then later on, he meets the love of his life, and that's his wife. And he bumps into that, old flame. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe how lucky I am that I didn't end up with my old flame, but instead she dumped me. So I ended up with the love of my life, the one I was supposed to marry. I kind of feel like that's what this message is. Sometimes it's such a blessing that we didn't get what we wanted. Eight of Wands sideways. I don't know if this character has just recently reconnected with a soulmate or is just on the cusp of it. This Eight of Wands makes me think that our character is just having a very peaceful day where they are recognizing, I sense my life is going as it should. I'm no longer in pain over, whatever, the Libra that abandoned me. I'm no longer disappointed that somebody didn't want me and they wanted somebody else. I feel like I can trust the plan of the universe. I feel like my life, I'm wondering if our character has recently had other things go really, really right for them. And so there's these little confirmation notes that are like, okay, so somebody left me. I was kind of brokenhearted or something, but then how come all these other things are such gifts in my life? How come so many other little things start to fall into place? Okay, so I can't imagine that somehow I'm being cheated out of what's right for me. In fact, maybe I need to embrace the idea that everything is going the way it's supposed to, which would therefore also mean there's something else ahead for me. And this is just kind of like more of that confirmation. I don't think this new person or new old person, because soulmates can be people we knew in a past life, even if they're new to us in this lifetime. I don't think our character has necessarily heard from this new soulmate yet. Maybe they've spotted this person, maybe they're aware, or maybe they're just having a premonition. Remember, we start out with a crystal ball. So it could more be that our character is having, hell, it could be lucid dreams. They could be like sensing that something in their life or many things in their life are clicking into place. And the more they realize that, the more they're like, I think I'm in the right time, in the right place to maybe meet the right person. And I have this weird premonition that there's something that's really tailor-made for me that I just haven't quite grasped yet, but it's on its way to me. Look, all I got to do is stand here and be ready to receive it. Like, I really think this is a character, and we're watching them go through this thought process. We're watching them like being like prepared to receive. Oh, I love this for this character. This is so beautiful. We have the devil. The devil is fear. It's We have a character who's like, am I going crazy? Because why do I feel so peaceful? And why do I feel like it's fine that the ex left and I actually am over them today? Why now, of all times, am I feeling so tremendously peaceful? Am I tripping? Is this nuts? Why do I feel this premonition to the point where it's like I looked into a crystal ball and I know that there is some kind of soulmate that's headed my way, and there's no proof of this? I'm freaking out over here going, am I tripping? I don't think this character's tripping. I think that it's this is that kind of radical trust that the universe is unfolding as it should. That's a direct quote from Desiderata. Love, love, love that poem. It's a poem, but it's more like the philosophy that I personally can 100% get behind. Every line of that. That's, I believe every single thing. If there were like a belief system, that Desiderata encompasses everything that I actually agree with and believe in wholeheartedly. So I call it like a philosophy. But we have a Three of Wands. It is about the future. Yes, this character could start psyching themselves out and start getting scared, like, how do I know if good things are going to happen to me in the future? How do I know? I mean, I have a premonition and I have proof from my past that something that didn't work out for me, my life is no worse for it. And in fact, I have a sense of peace about it. But oh God, when I'm thinking about my future and I have these premonitions that something good is coming, I'm starting to get scared. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? It's kind of like this is a character who finds a new way to get stressed. And I want so badly to like, don't worry. Don't start looking into the future and get nervous. But what if it doesn't go well? What if? It's like, baby, so far everything has gone just as it was supposed to. Trust that it'll keep going that way. Don't get scared. Three of Wands. Tell us a little bit more on the Three of Wands here. We have got the World card sideways. We've got a couple of reversals. We have Hanged Man in the reverse. Oh, so it's coming in sooner. We have Hierophant. They still can't see it yet. And then we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. It's not going to be a hit it and quit it kind of lover. It's not going to be some rando who just comes into our character's life and then leaves. It's not going to be something that is really confusing. I think it will, again, we've got like the crystal ball. I kind of think it's going to be, let me go down the sci-fi road for just a second. You guys know I love science fiction more than any other genre. So these are my favorite stories. But it does feel as if our character is just now having that weird, let's say, deja vu-y moment, or that moment where they start to be like, okay, am I in control of the matrix? How is it that it seems like whatever I am trying to manifest, I personally turn it into what it is that I want? How is it possible? It's not just the universe unfolding for me, but I somehow am co-creating because I sense something's coming. I'm already quite certain it'll be exactly what I want. How could I know this? What is this deep inner knowing? How do I know it's not going to be a player? How is it that I sense that, like, how would I know this? I mean, I have nothing here to prove it to me. And yet I don't doubt that this is coming in swiftly. And I don't doubt that it's going to change my world. And I can't see it, but I'm so sure about all of this. How is it that I have this weird sense of knowing? I don't know, but I will say, as much as that does feel like sci-fi, I will say from a, obviously these are fictional stories about fictional characters, but I personally, it's not frequent, but in my own life, I have had moments of sheer clarity where I knew something. I knew it to the core of my soul. Doesn't matter that there's no proof. There were certain things, and these are just moments of clarity, and they're always over like bigger things. And it's so eerie, that saying, when you know, and I'm not even talking about love. I'm talking about like different little moments in life where you just know, I need to pick up the phone and do this, or I need to go there. And there isn't a reason, but you get up and you go do it anyway. And you listen to some inner voice, whatever that is. That's what this character is right now experiencing, even though it doesn't make sense, even though there's no reason that they should know something. There's no proof of it. There's nothing to fact check on. It simply is, but I know this to be true. And they're freaking out just a smidge in this, But at the same time, there's really no reason to freak out because that knowledge is coming from within them. And I would argue it's because this is them either recognizing that they have tremendously good intuition, or that they are reading a soulmate's arrival in their world. They are sensing somebody who is of like mind and coming in that proximity. Like, think of it like this: in the animal kingdom, animals have evolved to pay attention to when there's predators around. And then on the other hand, this is like a story where a character has heightened their intuitive skills to be able to recognize when, let's just say, someone of the same frequency, or predators as well. You know, like we all get a creepy vibe sometimes from certain people, and we're like, I don't want to be around them. I don't want to, that there's just something off about that. Can't explain it, not going to try. I just am going to, you know, navigate a different direction, avoid. Everything in me says avoid, avoid, avoid. Other things I feel drawn to. The trick is to figure out, am I drawn to something because I need to learn a lesson, or am I drawn to something that is actually like going to be something that is a long-lasting part of my life? In this story, for this fictional character, they are sensing the arrival of not just a soulmate, but also a Two of Cups. So a very, very, very particular, there's a great song by Talk, Tawk, and it's called Flame. And it's wait for me till you see my flame. It's the same. And it's just kind of like, it's kind of a fun little like repetitious like mantra type song. But I always think of it as like a Two of Cups song. But it's like two individuals who maybe have the same like spark to them. And it's like they'll just know each other when they see one another. It's not even saying love at first sight. It's more like I am sensing that I'm in the right era of my life, in the right time and space to welcome in a real connection that is the right one this time. But I think it's more because our character is ready for it. If each one of us is our own little manifester of our own little universe and can work with the flow of the universe to say, I am now ready to receive. I'm done with a bunch of lessons. I feel I've graduated from my lessons, and now I'm ready to receive like the abundance. I give myself permission to receive somebody that's a great, like energetic match to my own. And I'm ready to believe that I can have a long lasting happily ever after with someone. So now I'm ready to receive that reality. Like, that's more the way I would maybe actually try to describe this story. But it's so funny because we're watching this character wrestle with, like, how do you find words to describe that to oneself? How do you find words to describe, you know, the sci-fi aspect of intuition, or the sci-fi aspect of how do we create our reality? So this has kind of been a fun one, you know, just to, I don't know, just to like explore when you know, you know. And that might just be what the title of this is. And there he is. In this case, it's a him. Doesn't mean that it has to be. This could always, of course, be same-sex couple, reverse gender roles. But we have a King of Cups. And it's cute because it's like he has arrived from the mothership. Like, doesn't it look like he just came down from like the Starship Enterprise, and there's like whirls of smoke around him and the beam of light? His arrival is really special. But I almost think, let me just ask this. How do you arrive? Obviously, in a ray of light or something, or someplace where there's a fog machine. So a concert, I don't know. King of Pentacles, Page of Wands. We keep seeing them first as a silhouette. So I don't know if our lead character here first meets him as they're walking into or out of, I would say into a building. Something that's backlit, something where they stand in front of a light source and our character can't see their face yet. They can see our character, but our character can only see the outline of them. And I almost think, is it possible that our character is going to recognize even the shape of them, the silhouette, and be like, I don't know why, but that silhouette, that's mine. that's my soulmate. That's my Two of Cups. Why would I know at the mere shape of them? You know, not that this is similar at all, but, you know, Aries, my Aries. Now, all blue healers, of course, you know, as a the same breed, they have, a shape to their head, a shape to their ears, shape to the curl of their tail. So it's like I can spot a blue heeler blocks away. I can spot a blend of a blue heeler with another breed if they carry just a couple of the blue heeler characteristics, the shape of the ear, the shape of the head. There's something different about that breed, right? And you could say that with almost all dog breeds, but you only need to see the silhouette, and I already know who's up ahead. I know if that's a heeler. And I would just say, think, particularly because that's my favorite breed in the world. Of course, my eyes are always going to be, peaked for noticing where a healer is. But I kind of say that's the way. Not saying people are dogs, but honestly, I think we'd be lucky if we were as good as dogs. Frankly, I think dogs are the best, but I think humans could do well to learn some things from animals. I think many times there are attributes that I see in them that are really, really lovely. So, but let's just say that this person, it's kind of like that. Seeing this king is like, I haven't even met them before, but I would know that shape, that outline, that silhouette is like my eyes are drawn instantly. There's something about that I like. Now, maybe this is an attractive aspect. Maybe it's like, oh, I like whatever, people with thin necks and wide shoulders, or I like muscle bound physique, or, maybe it is something more specific and just purely like lust driven, but that's not what it comes across as to me. Because in fact, we kind of have 3 different body types here. So I don't think it's a body type, but it is something about the stance. It is something about the energy that they're giving off. And it's first seen only in a silhouette. So maybe it's also an aura, perhaps, that our character will notice about somebody. Especially, the best way to see an aura is to go up against like a white wall or a backdrop or something, and then, kind of look kind of like just a little beyond the image that you're trying to see the aura of, and then kind of catch if there's like, an outline and what that outline color might be around, the physical shape of a being. I personally cannot see auras, by the way, at all. Never have been able to. And I remember one time I was in a class and like they taught us how to see auras, and like everybody in the class is, oh, I see this. And I'm like sitting there going, I got nothing, folks. I got nothing. And I actually believe that we should have auras, but I can't see them. And I've always been so bummed because I'm really attuned to colors. I can see a lot of range of colors. But I can't see auras, and it pisses me off so bad because I believe that they should be there, but I can't see them. So anyway, long digression, but it's part of this story because maybe this is the same thing. It's like, normally I wouldn't be able to spot something, but what is it about this person that I can spot immediately? How is it that I know? And all I can say again is when you know. There's that flicker of recognition. There's that flicker of somehow, some way, I want to gravitate toward that silhouette. Somehow, some way, I know that person is important to me and I must go there. My feet must take me to them. So that's how they meet. But I'm wondering, does he spot our character? Sorry about the noise. Does he spot our character? Four of Swords in the reverse. Well, something breaks his like silence or solitude. So yes. That song, Till It Shines, comes to mind. Take away my inhibition, take away my solitude. Oh gosh, I've been too long on these islands. I've been far too long alone. It's Bob Seger. The song is called Till It Shines. We have 7 of Cups sideways. He's going to be doing the exact same thing. This king is going to be like, I don't know why, but all of a sudden, I don't feel like I'm busy healing, and I don't feel like I'm busy in my silence or solitude anymore. I don't know what the hell this is, but I must gravitate toward this person as well. 7 of Cups sideways. It's like he doesn't quite understand what's going on either. 7 of Cups would be confusion. 7 of Cups sideways is like, I don't understand, but I know I got to talk to this person. I can't let them walk by me. I'm going to have to break silence. I'm going to have to say something, even if it's some lighthearted, some kind of conversation that is meaningless. I just have to begin a dialogue, and I don't know why. Why this person? Why do I have to talk to them? Because there's something going on here. This is two people that are about to meet, that are supposed to meet. This is the when like meets like. This is the magnetic attraction that is hard to explain, but it's there. Even on a person or between two people where they don't have a rapport, it's not like they're meeting on a dating site. It's not as if this was expected, and yet somehow it is exactly the right timing, and it just kind of clicks. You know, this is a fun one, and I completely hope that this storyline evolves exactly like this, because that was very sweet. Should we get one last oracle card? I don't know why I feel like I want one last oracle. Let's go for one more. Share knowledge. You give and receive teachings, wisdom, and mentoring. I would say, if anything, these two are sharing a space right now. And the knowledge might just be, I don't know why I wanted to talk to you. I just knew I wanted to. I gotta go. I gotta go see my babe. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Lots of love. Sorry about my baby. Aries, come here, love.